Good morning, friends. I am here sitting in my recovery Airbnb from my surgery that I had 11 days ago now. And I just wanted to kind of have a conversation about the days that we are meant to be still, or the days where it just seems like you just don't want to do anything. I posted a short a little while ago about this, but I did want to kind of talk about it a little bit more because I have been in a wild season in my life for several months. Big transition, selling my house, and getting that all taken care of. But all of it came about due to me restarting this consciousness journey and just knowing that I needed to create change in my life, which started within myself, like self-awareness first, because I had a lot of codependent behaviors and things like that that I needed to deal with and help break free of negative patterns in my life. And it's coming up on my birthday, so it's like so many things have happened. And my birthday is on the 13th of October, so it's almost like this was my time. And not all things are good, but they all work together for my good. I know that. Right now, though, I'm in just this place where I feel like I don't want to say disconnected because sometimes we get into a space where for me, I scripted, I wrote down my goal and it came true so fast. Like within a couple of days, it started to shift. I had so much going on in my life at the time that I don't think I had any resistance on what I wanted to do as far as money was concerned. And so that, like, oddly enough, because everything else was happening, that was so easy to create a quick shift in my mind. I had no resistance against it. Now, other parts of my life, it took a little bit longer to get movement in, and I've gotten movement, but it's been ups and downs and ups and downs. So in that case, I don't feel like doing anything right now. So part of it is probably just because of the way I'm feeling, maybe today. But sometimes we just need to be still. We can do all kinds of techniques. I love to script, and I love to do that like every day. And sometimes I'm like, is this too much? But then I'll think of something and I'm like, I want to write this down. I want to put this on paper. But there have been multiple times over the last couple of months where I just was like, I can't do anything right now. I don't want to think about anything that I want. I don't want to do anything because it becomes where it wears on you mentally. So I know I've already affirmed for the things that I want. I know that I've already affirmed for clarity in my decision making for the next chapter of my life here. And I know that there are things that I affirm for that may be a little bit more in the distant future. There are things that I affirm for my family. And today, the only thing that I wanted to do was eventually get out the bed, which is a little bit later than normal, and drink a cup of coffee and say a prayer to bless people, and especially people who've hurt me. That's all that I felt like doing today. And I'm okay with that. And I think today is going to be a day where I literally just chill out. My caregiver, which is a really good friend who's really been seeing some movement in her life since we've had some conversations, like literally within a week. I'll have to tell you guys a story about her. She's coming to spend some time with me today. She's going to do my hair, which will make me feel good. I've got a massage tomorrow. My car is going to come out the shop. We had an accident before I sold the house. And it's just now really getting done. I couldn't pick it up during, my surgery, obviously. But that, I've got my post-op appointment on Friday. So I've got a lot going on this week to keep me busy. Today, I'm not trying to do anything. I just want to be here. And sometimes we have to remember, if we're all over the place, let's say we're just being hormonal, like especially as women, like sometimes we can get hormonal, or we just had a really bad day at work, or we just had a fight with our spouse, or a fight with our children, and we just feel icky on the inside, and all we want to do is dwell on those nasty things, right? We have to remember, we attract what we are. Not what we want, but what we are. So if I'm feeling anxious, if I'm feeling gross about people, if I'm feeling tired, if I'm feeling defeated, that's what I'm going to attract back to me. So the best thing for me to do is to rest. And whether you believe in prayer or something else, sending good vibes to people, spreading love, I would definitely advise that, because it can get your mind off of all of the negativity. Anytime you have a thought that pops up here that's negative about how you feel that day, you think, well, I can't pay this bill today, or my son was being a jerk today, my husband was, not taking care of business the way he should have. Anytime you have those thoughts, just send them a blessing. Send a blessing to that part of your life. Send a blessing to the person that is affecting you. Send them some love. I think Florence Scovel Shinn had a story in one of her books, and I can't remember if it's The Game of Life and How You Play It, or another book. It could have just been off of Your Word is Your Wand. I don't remember, but regardless. So the story was, a woman was with this man, and this man she wanted to marry him, and he took off and, left her, and she had so much resentment for him. And so, she went to see Florence, and Florence basically told her, you're attracting back what you're putting out there, all that resentment and stuff. So what she did instead was she started to bless him. She was like, I bless him wherever he is. And sometimes with the people in our life, that's what we have to do. Now, in her situation, and Florence has more than one story that's kind of like this, but in this particular situation, he ended up coming back to her, and they did end up getting married. So it was, that blessing, that releasing that negative pattern, releasing those negative thoughts that helped him to show up for her. And even if you don't want somebody to necessarily show up for you, maybe it's something else that's going on, just blessing it, or saying a prayer if you believe in prayer. And I'm a firm believer in prayer, because it's basically you putting out your I am story. I am, or they are. You're still being a creator when you're praying. I love how Eckhart Tolle, he's always talking about how the way Jesus said, anything that you ask, believing that you've already received it. Believing that you've already received it. That's how we get it back to us. You don't just keep asking for the same things all over and over again. You just believe you've already received it. And I love that. And that is something that was written about prayer. So however you want to put it, whoever you want to say it to, whether it's source, the universe, God, however you want to format it, go ahead and put out your good thoughts and intentions towards that person or that thing, even if it's just a day where you want to rest, or a day that you're just feeling negative. Change that pattern and do it right away. You don't need to wait, not for something like that. Just go ahead and change that pattern by changing what you're saying, changing your thought process about it. And there will be a shift. There will be a shift in you. And that's the important part, is what's going on in here. Because again, we attract what we are, not what we want. Okay? So if that's what you have to do today, and that's all you've got the energy for today, honey, that's all you need to do. You really don't need to do anything. Everything's already working out for you. All things are working out for your good. Everything is working out in your favor, whether it looks like it or not. There is always movement, and there's movement that you can't see. And I'll come back maybe tomorrow or Wednesday and tell the story of how my friend and I just got into a conversation, and boom, boom, boom. She had so many changes over just a few days. And that's one of the reasons why I have decided to be here in this space, because I've told a lot of people about changes that they can make in their life, about things that they could do, and they've seen movement. This one was miraculous to me. It was just so amazing how it happened, but it usually works out that way. It's always a surprise. I love surprises, and I'm always surprised, and that's a good affirmation for today too. I love surprises. I'm always surprised with wonderful things. So get prepared for that story, because it's a pretty good one. And I'll have to kind of sit down and put it together for you. But today, if you need to, just take a rest. If you need to come back to this video on a day when you're not feeling so good, not feeling good about yourself or other people, or you just don't feel good inside, go ahead and come back to it. And you're going to change your life by just following whatever you need to do for you today, and saying a prayer or giving good affirmations towards whatever is troubling you today. Okay? All right. I hope if you are having a day that's a bit off, I hope that you can turn that around quickly. And I am intending that you have a very blessed day, and that your tomorrow is going to be so much better, and you're going to feel so much more energized, and that your manifestations just come to you out of the blue. Okay? Thank you for all of your time listening to me talk. I appreciate you. What would really help me is if you like this video and subscribe, so that I can start getting some views. I'm new here, so I know, with all this surgery stuff going on, I don't have any makeup or hair done or anything like that, but eventually that will happen. Maybe I'll emerge out of here a butterfly or something, so we'll see how that goes. But thank you for your time. You have a great day, okay? Bye.